Albert Einstein once said, education is what remains after you've forgotten everything that you've learned in school. I thought of this on Thursday when we had the opportunity to have our last year with our guys. I'm sure all the other Rabbanim felt the same way as I did. You're looking around and you're seeing, even if the guys forgot 99% of what we taught them, they're different people. They've grown so much that I had so much nachas looking at the guys, feeling seeing how far they've grown. So let's take a walk down memory lane. Remember what they were like, what you guys were like when you came in, right? The loud clothing or lack thereof, the language that you use. I wanted to buy thesauruses for many guys because I didn't know that many words. The anger issues that some of the guys had. Okay, well, let's stop talking about my share. Let's look at the other share. Okay, so you looked at some guys who were observant but not religious. Some guys who were religious but not observant. I mean, some of the guys in my share told me that they were so knocked on kashas that they brought with themselves edibles to have on the plane because they weren't really sure, about the kashas on the plane. Now, how did we change? How did we come so far? It starts, as Rav Korn mentioned before, it starts with Rav Katz. It starts with a kitzvah. It starts with guys, maybe for the first time in their lives, seeing the difference between having a chazan for the Yom HaNora'im and having a shliach tzniut. Then go to Meron with Rav Chizkiah and screaming, Amr Yekiva, Amr Yekiva. And then we begin to start getting into shir. Start to develop a relationship with our Rebbeim. Not just in shir, in the dining room, on the porch, in every nook and cranny. I love when I go up the stairs and I see 15 guys crammed into that little cubicle, Dina's office, all surrounding Rav Ben, how many people, it's a Guinness, you have to call Guinness, how many people can fit into an office? Guys thirsty to grow. We have a Muna Day. We start Hema, right? And then for the first time, we actually have Asara Batlan on the Beis Medrash, right? The way the Gemara says, not just Asara, so many more people are in the Beis Medrash, and not just during Seder, before Seder. And then they start to get into davening, okay? Long after Seder, during the break, you see guys all over the building, guys learning. Guys started to getting into davening. And of course, then we have Shuk Schleppers and Machlis. Well, the Machlis family and Aleh. Every time, Rav Hanan yelling, all right, I need volunteers for Aleh. And guys going to Aleh. And we're living the mission in Turkey of both. Al Shoshad Rem Olam Omei Al Torah, Al Havodav, Al Gemilut Chasadim. Because Torah is not just to be learned, Torah is to be lived. We start to begin to trust each other and open up, dealing with issues and anxieties, addictions, and becoming serious Jews. And whole, self-assured people at the same time. The French philosopher René Descartes said, I think, therefore I am. Okay? The Greek philosopher Aristotle felt that man was a social animal, probably would have said, I communicate, therefore I am. Rav Soloveitchik said Judaism would say, I am responsible, therefore I am. And we typify the mission in Turkey of both. In Einani Limiri, we're responsible for ourselves. Uchanila Atzmimani, we're responsible for the community around us. Okay, we can't wait for other people, and we took our job seriously. Okay, I heard in a song, it might be a Hasidic idea earlier, but in the song, someone goes to Rav Shach and says, how come the pasuk Shelo Asani Goy is written in the negative? And his response was, the Kadosh Baruch Hu made you not a Goy. Up to you to make yourself a Yehudi. And we did that. And we started turning ourselves into serious Jews.
True.
And then Corona hit. Corona hit at the peak, at Purim, right? At Purim, when guys were having the most amazing time. when Ravina has everyone be makabel all mafresh shemayim because we weren't really ready at Yom Kippur, right? And then Corona hit, but Baruch Hashem HaKadosh Baruch was makim refuah lamaka, and we had Zoom, and without skipping a beat, the yeshiva was up and running virtually. It was really amazing, and it was very, very difficult. It was very difficult. About yagatem umatzatem, right? Guys put in the effort, and guys were successful. The educational principles of this yeshiva could be summed up in one line from Mara Megillah, right? The pasuk says, "Layehudim ha'ita ora v'simcha v'sasam v'yikar," and the Mara darshans each of those words. Ora is Torah, right? Here in yeshiva, we started to realize that Torah is not a burden. Torah is a privilege. Doing mitzvot is a way to connect with Kadosh Baruch Hu. Mitzvah milashon tzavta. We connect with Kadosh Baruch Hu. We have a relationship with God. And we try to metakein all of Malchus Shaddai. We no longer are just Jewish because the Rabbina would tell us, your stupid mother and my stupid mother, but we're proud Jews. We're happy to be Jews. Simcha is Chagim. In Eretz Yisrael, you guys got to experience Chagim, not just in Rosh HaYachid, but in Rosh HaRabim. You walked around, you saw Sukkot everywhere, Chanukiyot everywhere. We had the beautiful Chanukiyot and the singing here in the yeshiva, and we had the guest speakers each time. I see Mrs. Dina here. I know my guys told me, oh, Mrs. Dina's speech was their favorite of the year, right? So Hanukkah was amazing. Purim, as we said before, is amazing, and we tried to the best of our ability to bring Yom HaAtzmaut and Yom Yerushalayim to you. We wanted to celebrate events in our past to help forge the shared destiny and our future that we have to make. Even Shavuot was different. We gathered together all sorts of divrei Torah from abundance that we had what to learn. And I know it was so difficult, learning by yourself in your homes. It was so difficult, but even with that, so many of you guys were up late at night learning on Shavuot. One of my students told me that the year before, the only Torah that he had said on Shavuot night, he explained to someone why he was looking at the smoke. Okay, that was the only Torah he said that, that's Shavuot. And now he was up all night learning Torah. Amazing. Sason is Milah. Brit Milah. The Rambam says one of the reasons for Brit Milah is to curb your desire for sex and other temptations. And here we learned that Judaism is about self-control and about discipline. That charut ala luchot, al tikra charut ela cherut. That we become free when we're attached to the Torah. That we're not controlled by our desires and our phones, but we are in control. I decide what I'm going to say, what I'm going to do, what I'm going to watch. The Yikar is tefillin. And tefillin, as we know, we have tefillin shel rosh and tefillin shel yad. Tefillin shel rosh has many compartments. Tefillin shel yad has one. An idea that I won for many, many years ago, and I've always loved it, is that when it comes to your rosh, to your machshava, there's many different approaches, many ways to be a good Jew. When it comes to your action, your yad, you have to follow the Shulchan Aruch. And here in this yeshiva, this is without a doubt one of the principles. There's mutual respect for many different approaches, as long as the touchstone is the Shulchan Aruch. Parsha that you just read, Parsha Balotah, deals with Am Yisrael complaining about food, and complaining that they wanted to have desires, Avut Ta'ava. And the answer was, Shivim Zkenim. What a strange answer. How is this a response? So Chazal tell us that Am Yisrael, they were bored. And boredom, as we all know, leads to all sorts of problems. So Moshe Rabbeinu set up Shivim Zkenim, so that we have Am Yisrael, would have people to go to for inspiration. And this is without a doubt Shitat Ravina here in the Shiva Netiv Aryeh. In the parasha we talk about the Chatzotzot blowing, and then we move. So the Gemara Menachos says a very interesting idea. All the kalim that were used in the Mishkan can be reused in the Beit Mikdash, except for the Chatzotzot. Chatzotzot had to be made anew. The mayor of Lublin said, what's the idea? Because although the Chatzotzot are a means of communication, and although the message might be the same from generation to generation, every generation needs a new way to communicate that. And we need new Chatzotzot. And this is what Ravina did here. You have so many different Rabbanim because Ravina knows there are some guys that need an intellectual shiur on a very high level, and other guys, they need music and they need stories, and other guys need chassidut, and other guys need philosophy, and other guys need heart-to-heart discussions, and most of us need a little bit of everything. And more than the eclectic staff that Ravina has formed here in Yeshiva Nitziv Aryeh, I am personally blown away by the Mesirat Nefesh of the staff in Yeshiva Nitziv Aryeh. And this year, more than I even realized in normal years. I mean, this year, as you know, it was crazy. And all the technical people, within a couple of days, we were up running on Zoom and making sure everything was running smoothly in all sorts of ways. These were people that were technologically illiterate like me, that I could, deal with people that were 6,000 miles away. But the staff, I don't know. I look at my colleagues. There were some of my colleagues that had kavrusas for 10 hours a day. Another one was getting up every morning, early in the morning, 6:30 in the morning to do some stuff, having soup for breakfast. I don't know what, right? Soup for breakfast. And another one, I'm going to say him by name, Rav Ben. I don't know when he slept. He taught morning shiur, afternoon, and he was up at 3:30 at night. I don't get it. I'm amazed. I'm amazed at the staff, at what happened. All of us continued after Nissan. Right, I asked the guys, all right, you guys want to continue having shiur? They go, why not? I said, well, because now it would be vacation. Go, but we have nothing to do. So all of us fought till Erev Pesach. And now, and a week from now, people are going to continue teaching, volunteering of their time. Staff that have little kids at home are going to be teaching you unbelievable Mesiras Nefesh. I'm just saying, I'm in awe. And it all starts with Ravina. Ravina, for over 4 decades, has lived the yeshiva, right? Every waking moment, he lives the yeshiva and he hardly sleeps. So it's a lot of living the yeshiva, okay? And that has certainly trickled down to his sons, to Rav Tzvi, behind the scenes that we don't see, to Rav Hanan, also behind the scenes, but a lot of stuff that we do see, who 24/7 are doing what they can for the yeshiva. Rav Hanan having people in his home, not just during the year, but doing the whole corona thing the whole time. And that has trickled down to the staff. And this is the secret of Yeshiva Nitziv Aryeh. And you see with the alumni when they come and they give us chizuk, and you see with the alumni that were in the States with you, that were volunteering of their time to learn the chavrusa and to speak to you at night seder, that Yeshiva Nitziv Aryeh isn't a school, and it's not a yeshiva. It's a family, and it will be a part of you for the rest of your life, because family is family forever. And I always view it, and I know I speak on behalf of the staff, what a tremendous chut that we have, that we get to have you guys at this critical juncture in your life, when you're on your crossroads, trying to decide, what does Judaism mean to me now that I am moving out of my house? What does it mean to me? And what is chut we have that we somehow help you try to get on the right path? And I am confident now, when I look at you at the end of this year, that our future and the next generation, we have a lot to be proud of and a lot to look forward to. Thank you very much.